the names carved into the stone up there. Moses, Aristotle, Aristophanes, Galileo, Rembrandt, Pindar, Choate, Virgil, Homer. Those are all people who borrowed those from another country. That's what they do. There's the secret entrance to New York over there. Now, if you were to keep going down here, you can go up inside the Prudential Center. I would recommend that. You can go way up inside the Prudential Center and get a great 360-degree view of Boston. What is on our right here is the jewel of Back Bay. This is called Copley Square, named for John Singleton Copley. He was a portrait painter, among other things. And there's a farmer's market happening right over here. We'll also get a little bit of but you're going to have a nice view of the facade of the Trinity Church, as I said, designed by Henry Hobson Richards. And it was important because there was architecturally significance in that it influenced European architecture. Most of the architecture in the United States was influenced by European architecture. This was a chance to turn that around. You'll also see palm trees here, which is kind of unusual to see in Massachusetts. Needless to say, these are not indigenous to Massachusetts, those palm trees. Those are from New Hampshire. Now, on our left-hand side, thank you for getting that to me off of one of the sophisticated sense of humor. On our left-hand side, you're going to see the new Old South. Well, now it's a bus. Everybody wave. Hi, guys. Nice to see you. When this light turns green tomorrow morning, and we make a right-hand turn, I want you to look up to the left, and you're going to see the new Old South Church. It's Italian Gothic architecture, more Roxbury pudding stone, and it's the oldest congregation in America that belongs to that church. It dates back to the 1600s, and so the congregation is old, but the building isn't old. Why isn't the building? Well, it's old in contrast to a lot of places in the U.S. It's not old in the big picture. It's I want to say 1870. Why isn't the building old? Because it would have been submerged prior to that, right? This is still all water. The Boston Marathon finish line is around the corner there. 123rd was run this year, oldest continuously run marathon in the world. And you're seeing 90-degree angles. Ireland, these are called 90-degree angles. Which is rare to see here as it is in UK, right? You don't typically see 90-degree angles here, and you don't typically see them in UK. The Old England and New England have many similarities, and one of them is the way the roads are not laid out at all in any significant way, except for back here in Back Bay. So when you're in flat roads and you see 90-degree angles, that's indicative of the fact that it's landfill. There's a lot more than Back Bay landfill. There's probably 40% of what we now know as Boston is actually just fill. The older part of land, windy, crazy roads where you see people with out-of-state plates pull over by the side of the road, weeping, filling out divorce papers on the dashboard. That is the original stuff, you know. On the left-hand side, this building, this area, but not specifically this building, but this area, was where MIT originally was. Massachusetts Institute of Technology was originally here in Boston, not in Cambridge, and a benefactor, George Eastman of Eastman Kodak, in 1916 gave him a bunch of money. They bought the land, and now they're one of the top institutions of higher learning in the world. And then on the left-hand side, this little building was originally the Museum of Natural History, and it is no longer the Museum of Natural History. Currently, it's the Restoration Hardware flagship store. So that's a good place to get a $300 hammer with a compass in the handle, Bluetooth optional. You know, there's the world's easiest hedge maze. You can see right over the top of that hedge maze. That doesn't pose any problem at all. Okay, when you're building in the puritanical work ethic, how do you build, and what do you build first? Well, you build by working hard and not working Sundays. So what do you build first? Churches. You always build churches first in the puritanical work ethic, right? It was a demand. And so the first church built in Back Bay is coming up on our left-hand side. It's called Arlington Street Church, and I would say architecturally speaking, but there's nice windows in here by Tiffany, Louis Comfort Tiffany. I'm not talking about Tiffany, the singer from the 80s. I think we're alone now. I'm talking about Louis Comfort Tiffany, the stained glass artisan. And he actually did a bunch of the work here, but not all of the windows are Tiffany. The windows that are not Tiffany are blank. They're not stained glass at all. Do you know why? Because Tiffany died before the project could be finished. And when Tiffany's done the windows and then dies in the middle of the project before they can be finished, how are you going to finish the project? Are you going to go to Joe's Stained Glass Emporium up in Bedford and have them knock out a couple of windows for you? No, you just leave the windows alone, you know. So it's either Tiffany or nothing. It's like binary. It's binary. Sounds like a cat struggling to do nothing. Give him $20, pat him on the head, break a leg, kid. Look up on the left. Do you see the ivy-covered building? That's the Appleton House. That sold for $17.9 million last year. That's the Appleton House. That's where Longfellow was married. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, who wrote The Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, the lousy historian. You remember we were talking about him earlier? He was married here. He wrote a poem called The Long Walk, which describes his walk through the Boston Common and then to go 54th Regiment Monument. You see that? That's a beautiful monument by Augustus St. Gaudens. Just be very cool over here on the left-hand side. You see the Segway gang? See, this is their territory. Do not make eye contact. There might be a little throwdown between this Segway gang who call themselves the Heck Raisers and the Climate Kids. So hopefully, that's their leader right there in the safety vest. That's Razor. And there's Domino. She's the enforcer on the phone right now. Enforcer / legal counsel. So this is our State House. Now the expansion came on either side. That's Vermont marble, and this Beacon Hill used to be a good deal taller. It used to be about 90 feet steeper than it is now. So, okay. When this light turns green, we're going to make a left-hand turn and we are going to start heading back to the water. Are you guys ready to go to the water? Does anybody have any questions about anything historically? So we watched that jaywalker. Do you have any questions about anything historic? Or anything else? Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this wonderful symphony. They're going to be playing the theme for the fight, for the switchblade fight that's going to be happening a little later. It's like West Side Story. Look at the left-hand side. Mary Dyer, Quaker. Look what it says underneath. Witness for religious freedom. Hanged on the Boston Common, 1660. Hanged by whom? The Puritans, who came out here seeking religious freedom themselves. And the first thing they do when they get here, hang the Quakers. On the right-hand side, a red brick building with green trim. 122 Bowdoin Street. The address on the driver's license of JFK, the day that he died. 122 Bowdoin Street. John F. Kennedy, number 36, was his apartment. Yeah, he maintained a residency here so he could be in this voting district. You know that when you're a resident of the White House, that you're not allowed to maintain that as your actual residence. Did you know? You always must maintain an apartment house. Well, that's a true story. So this was his apartment, yeah. 3rd floor. That's called a VLM, or very loud machine, and it's approaching here in order to make noise. We had a quiet moment in the city, and apparently it's become illegal. Look at the pillar there with the Federal Eagle atop it. Yeah, that used to be it's representative of the beacon that would at one time be on Beacon Hill. You know, well, as I said, the Puritans weren't particularly creative when it came to naming things. So Beacon Hill had a beacon upon it, right? That's pretty much the way that it went. So yeah, who's somebody talking?
Oh, he's turning.
What's he doing? He's turning around. It's like a 36-point turn. Brutalism. Coming up on our right-hand side. This is called brutalism, the style of architecture. And it's a style of architecture from the 1970s. Thank you, 1970s. I don't know how the same decade that brought us the Sid and Marty Krofft Super Show and the Bee Gees can bring us that visible architecture, but there it is on our right. Rudolph's architecture. The brutalist curtain building. There it is. Okay, stop looking at it, you'll only encourage it. When we make this right-hand turn, you're going to see on your left-hand side the West Church. Now this is a polling place in Kennedy's day. This was a stop in the Underground Railroad. It's various things at various times. We call it the West Church, and we call this the West End, as if it was west of something. It is west of nothing. It's west of the North End, but everything is west of the North End because the North End is all the way to the east of the waterfront. The North End is east, the North End is east, the West End is north, the South End is west, and the South End isn't Southie, by the way, okay? If you think you're in the Southie when you're in the South End, that's like having tickets to Ozfest and winding up at a Celine Dion show. That's how different those two areas are. Ask the local, he knows what we're talking about. Ozzy Osbourne and Celine Dion are completely different, if you know what I'm saying. One of them is the spawn of Satan, one of them used to sing for Black Sabbath. On the other side over here, in fact, there is MGH, Man's Greatest Hospital, Massachusetts General Hospital. One of the top hospital facilities in the entire United States. If you got an owie, this is the place that you want to be. Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, and MGH, always in the top facilities. They're the first medicinal use of ether that ever happened in the United States, I believe in the world, happened in MGH. And that's why I strike you as important. But prior to the use of ether, medicinal use of ether, people, if you were bound for surgery, people would be given a piece of leather to bite down on and a bottle of whiskey to drink down quickly, and you would pray to God you passed out before the surgery started, and that's if you were the doctor. It's very difficult for the patients, you know what I'm saying? You guys with me so far? What are you doing out here? You're looking at schools? Have you decided which school you're going to yet? You have until the end of the tour to get it together. Okay. Have you decided whether or not you're left brain or right brain? Are you analytical or are you artistic? Or are you like Elon Musk, a little of both?
Yeah.
I'll determine. I'll make them. Do you trust me?
Sure.
Well, that's a mistake. On the right-hand side, there's a frog embedded in the facade of this building. If you can see the frog, you're right brain, Salvador Dali type. If you cannot see the frog, it's over there in front of the building. If you cannot see the frog, stay in the sciences. No frog. Okay, that's fine. Then stay in the sciences. Okay? I don't want to dishearten you for any other ideas. Take a scientific approach. Mathematics, a doctor maybe, you know. Left-hand side, perhaps the greatest science officer of all time, grew up here. Speaking of the sciences, Leonard Nimoy, television's Mr. Spock. He grew up here. I got to meet him. He took a duck tour a couple of years before he died. What a nice man. We commiserated over having played the same role in the same play many years apart. Tevye, Fiddler on the Roof. I was also Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof, off Broadway. I was way off Broadway. I was at a dinner theater in New Mexico. Look on the left-hand side. That's an old tenement building. Do you see it? That's the last remaining tenement building in the West End. And you know what it is now? Airbnb. It's a cash machine for the guy. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, true story. Right-hand side, TD Garden, home of the Celtics, home of the Bruins. Right-hand side, our commuter rail. Right-hand side, the beautiful Leonard P. Zakum Bunker Hill Bridge. At one time, the widest cable stay bridge in the world, until the Canadians built a wider one by a few inches on either side, and what was the most passive-aggressive act in Canadian history. That's fine. I like Canadians. I consider Canadians basically unarmed Americans with health care. There's the Charles River. Shall we go into the Charles River?
Yes.
Shall we take the duck?
Yes.
I'm going to call that insufficient data in honor of Mr. Leonard Nimoy. Shall we go into the Charles River?
Yes.
Okay. You've talked me into it. Let's do it. Let's do it, Lynn. Charles River, into the duck into the Charles River.
Underneath the rows of trees, we'll see you where the ocean meets the sky.
Museum of Science. Let's be pumped. There it is. There's my mother on the left hand side. We're almost in Cambridge. Okay? We're not in Boston anymore. Now we're in Cambridge. Almost. As soon as we go to the other side of that bus. Cambridge? I'm not going to lie to you, it can be kind of rural area. Sometimes there are moving gangs of intellectuals on fixed gear bicycles that will surround us and make us have a keel smoothie with them, because Howard is in. Be okay. You're with us. Cambridge is the home of Harvard and MIT. It's also the home of John Malkovich, who can be seen sometimes looming over the gluten-free section of Trader Joe's. It's the birthplace of Matt Damon, the one-time home of Ben Affleck. Although he's originally from Berkeley, which is the west coast of California. Anybody have any questions about anything so far? Going to engage the propeller. Here we go. The truck is now a duck and we are officially floating in the Charles River. Wow. Ooh, I got that. This is fun, eh? I feel like I can do this 5 times a day.
standing cold.
Come here.
The wind is cold. Must return to the wild.
Look at this.
Sad and cold. The wind is cold. Must
Pretty cool,
return
right?
to the wild.
What about the medical doctor? What about a bad idea? You know, check the screen. Have you ever done that? Look at this on the left-hand side. That building is designed to blend in. Two full-size basketball courts. That is the Suffolk County jail. People thought they were condos, but that's what we don't want to know. Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna make a phone call, you guys. You see the person waving on the third floor with the little fingers up there? That's my grandma. Which one is this? Hold up. Okay. Wow, this was kind of fun, huh? We're in the river. Yes, it's on right now. Wonderful. Hi. I'm transfixed by the camera's eye. Do you want me to film you, sir?
No, that's fine. Once in a while.
I'll do a slow pan across the audience. You're gonna have to give leases from every single one of these people now. Okay? Especially these people, they look litigious. And then right over there. Oh, there's you!
Hey!
No, go ahead, 10 and 2, please. This is not like Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. You're driving. Now what is your name?
Omar!
Omar from Boston.
Yes.
Are you having a nice time?
Oh, yes. I'm having the best time of my life.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Say it again, please. Take 2, I was panning away. You're having the best time of your life.
I'm having the best time of my life.
No, a little more like you say more now. I'm having the best time of my life.
I'm having the best
Don't
time.
shout, Omar. You're supposed to. Oh my God, they can't hear me correctly. Okay, now.
I'm having the best time of my
Yeah,
life.
you got the window. Okay, you're driving. Do you drive in Boston? Oh yeah, let's become a parent by the way you're driving. Doing a wonderful job. Boston drivers are one of the finest. Really good. Yeah, that's good. You're going to take us right toward the central stand. Okay? Okay. You want to use the horn? Go ahead. It's right in the middle there. Yeah, press it. No, that's the turn signal. Yeah. That's a sign that we can see it there. Go ahead, press it. Oh, I'll make it sound. Okay. Hold on, my friend. Thank you very much. Good job. Well done. Collect your round of applause. Okay, Omar, good. You take this camera back there and you do a Hitchcock shot all the way back to your seat.
Okay, thank
Okay?
you. Okay.
Very good. Wow, that was pretty fun. Who wants to drive next? Let me have somebody try not to make eye contact. Yeah, my friend Cheers. Come on up here. Hi. She kind of threw you under the duck. Okay, let me see your camera, ma'am. I'll take a picture of my friend driving. And thank you. Wonderful. This is nice, isn't it? What's your name, please? Lily. And what was your favorite character in Cheers?
Probably Carla.
Carla, yeah. Isn't that cool that she worked there as a waitress? Oh, there's a double-crested cormorant. Oh, it just went down. Did you see that? That was a double-crested cormorant. Okay, Lily, I'm going to get a picture of you with the State House behind you in the Millennium Tower. This will be good. Lily, 1, 2, 3. Lily, perfect driving, my friend. Thank you so much. Good job. Well done. Collect your round of applause. Lily from Seattle. Okay, now Lynn is going to take us underneath the bridge and turn us around. When we get on this side, more people can come up and drive. Okay. I know. I can see the inner child is crying out, North Carolina. Yes. Yep. So, Viking ship on this side, Viking ship on that side, salt and pepper shakers. This bridge has been restored literally piece by piece. They took the whole thing apart. They actually drilled out each rivet individually. It's the most remarkable restoral I've ever seen, honestly. A really, really beautiful job. They light it up now with periwinkle colored lights. It's really cool. I would definitely look at that building to the left with the cupola there, that cruciform shaped building. That's the old jail for Boston. I'll tell you something about it in a moment. I want to make its corner though, and I want to show you guys a few things. Okay, so let's start on our right hand side. When we come out here, look past the Viking ship on our right. Okay? And you're going to see a building that looks like it has a big golf ball on top. Do you see that? That's the MIT Earth Sciences Building. Okay? And that is where meteorologists from all over the world will learn to be wrong about the weather. There's the three matching buildings of BU doors. There's the Citgo sign and the lights of Fenway Park. I see that I have a couple of Red Sox fans. Unfortunately, maybe a few, more than a few. There's the Prudential Center. You can go up there and get a great view of Boston. I would recommend it. Then you follow your eyes along that mirror building is called the John Hancock Tower. The hatch shell, the church steeple, that's all landfill. So they created all that in a matter of 35 years. Isn't that remarkable to have the scope of that landfill project? Over on our right is my favorite nonprofit locally here. It's called Community Boating. Now, you can't really see right now because it doesn't look like they're doing anything today. But in the summertime, picture all those boats, hundreds, sails up, kids sailing out here. It started back long ago, 1930s, and it was really a response to impoverished kids, impoverished youth in the West End. When meanwhile I was growing up there, it was a pretty rough area, and kids didn't have a chance to do anything in the summer. You know, now we have Minecraft camp and space camp, and I'm having a feeling camp or whatever for the kids. They didn't have those in those days. The kids in those days in the summertime, they had a game called try and poke the other kids in the eye with the stick and steal his change. And that's pretty much it. So this guy buys sailboats and he says, kids, you can learn to sail out here in the summer. You stay out of the streets. It's a good skill because they competitively sail at Harvard and BU and MIT. So if you study hard and you sail well, that helps you to get into those schools. And it worked. In those days they charged $1. Well, here it is 2012. And do you know how much they charge you currently if you cannot afford sailing lessons? Still $1. It's my favorite nonprofit. Isn't that cool? Now, coming up on our right, this is the building I was pointing out to you a little earlier. This cruciform-shaped building with the little cupola there. That was the jail for Boston. Okay. Now, that jail was, when it was built initially, it had a rehabilitation program. This might not strike you as important, but in the 1800s, rehabilitation, nobody did that, you know. It was very important. People would come from all over to see, wow, this is amazing. What do you mean? This is a learned behavior. What do you mean? You bucks. You know, that's what you Everybody lean left. Lean left. To help out then, lean left. And right. Everybody right. Right. Okay, good. Now, just everybody who's a water sign, as we call it. This is a Capricorn, is a water. Pisces, a Pisces. Okay. All right, good. Okay, good. Now we're good. Lynn! Nice job.
Turn toward me, look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes.
This on the right, this is called Boston Sand
Said
and
we'd
Gravel.
be.
They produce
We just
sand
traded for a
and
suit
gravel.
coat and a tie.
Used to be very depressing.
And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the
Anybody have any
ocean
questions
meets the
now,
sky.
having gone into the water about it?
Under your
Any
toe,
questions about anything
fire
regarding
goes.
something
You are a dick
historical?
or a
Questions
different
about
kind of life.
anything geographic, yes, my friend.
Shining bold, wind
Say again,
is
please.
cold. You must return to the
One more
wild.
time now. Oh, why the biggest thing in the Charles River.
just
They call
like
it the
you
Charles
were young.
River. Yeah, it used to be called the Shaman. By the Native Americans would call it Shaman, which meant living water. Look, there on the right. This is the Berlin Wall that I was telling you about. See, isn't that cool? Got the graffiti on it. Which side has the graffiti? Yeah, right. See, that's it. There's one side's got graffiti, one side does not have graffiti. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's talk about the Ducks as we wrap up our journey here. As I said, this is not my first tour. I've done quite a few tours here. Hi guys. And when I started here 12 years ago, we had 19 Ducks, but they were the real original American DUPW that were made by the women of the United States. Now they've been replaced by these, and there's a reason for that, which I'll explain in a moment. But it wasn't because the originals didn't work. The originals work. They're still used by other duck tour companies in the United States. They're very well made. They're a deuce and a half to 2.5 ton frame with a straight 16 motor and some motors with no forever parts are still available for them. They were used in every major landing in World War II, from Normandy to Iwo Jima, both Atlantic and Pacific. I've had a lot of World War II veterans over the years, and they will always make some kind of joke, well, we used to call them sitting ducks or something like that. We had a Normandy, a guy who landed in Normandy just a couple of weeks ago. He was 97 years old or something. They were a resupply vessel. They were not a personnel carrier. They would carry personnel if they had to, but it was mostly for supplies. And that made them a high value target, so they were pretty slow on armored vehicle. Look, you've seen the top speed on the water. That's 10 knots. That's about 12 miles per hour, which is not fast. And they sit pretty deep in the waters.